Glossary for Lesson 8.
Book religions. According to Orpheus Caroline High Carrel, progenitor of the Carrelian tradition, there are two religions in the world, native or pagan religions and book religions. Pagan religions are living religions that grow out of people's direct experience of deity through nature and metaphysical experience. Pagan religions change and develop as culture and people's abilities develop. The book religions descend from the Bible and Quran and believe themselves to be revealed religions. That is, that they are perfect in origin and must never be changed.
Byzantine. The Byzantine Empire is a term used to describe the last phase of the Eastern Roman Empire. Toward the end of its long history, Rome broke into two portions: the Western Roman Empire, with its capital at the ancient city of Rome itself, and the Eastern Roman Empire, with its capital at the city of Byzantium, also known historically as Constantinople, and today as Istanbul. Although the Western Empire fell at the dawn of the Age of Pisces, or AD 400, the Eastern Empire continued for another 1,000 years, falling to the Turks in 1092 Pisces, or AD 1492. From the Western Roman Empire developed the Roman Catholic Church, and the Eastern Roman Empire created many Orthodox Christian churches. Because of the extreme animosity between these churches, typical of the book religions, the people of Western Europe preferred to call the Eastern Roman Empire Byzantium and considered it Greek rather than Roman, which the latter considered insulting.
Celtic. The Celtic people are believed to have developed in Central or Eastern Europe sometime around 700 BC, 500 Aries, and they spread through Western Europe all the way to the British Isles. Some scholars believe their origin to be much earlier. Interbreeding with the pre-existing peoples of Western Europe, the Celts developed a distinctive and highly mystical culture. Absorbed by the Roman Empire, Celtic culture had a strong influence on medieval Europe and consequently the modern world. The Druids, the Celtic priesthood, have been a subject of fascination for subsequent generations and are believed to be a major contributing strain to modern Wiccan thought. The great Greek philosopher Pythagoras cited the Druids as a primary source for many of his teachings as well.
Garter. A band of cloth, leather, or metal worn about the leg, just above or below the knee, or on the arm just above the elbow. The garter is an ancient garment still in use as an item of dress. The garter is also used by Wiccan high clergy in certain traditions as a symbol of rank. There are many variations on exactly how a high priestess or high priest garter should be made, and these vary by tradition. Perhaps the most famous example of the garter from history comes from the reign of England's Edward III. Tradition has it that a noble woman, perhaps the Countess of Salisbury, or Fair Maid of Kent, consort to the Black Prince, dropped her garter at a royal ball. The king picked up the garter, saying, "Let none think ill of it," and proceeded to found the Order of the Garter in honor of the event. It is believed that the lady was a priestess of the old religion, and in doing this, the king extended his protection to her. According to Margaret Murray, there are many things to suggest the active promotion of pagan religion by England's Plantagenet dynasty. Keys. Keys are outer forms, items, or concepts that are used to help a person to shift in consciousness and connect with the higher self. Anything that makes a person feel more spiritual or magical can serve as a key. Robes, incense, and many items of atmospheric trappings are commonly used as keys, as are all techniques and ingredients of spellcraft. Keys are very useful, especially to the beginner, as they help people to make shifting consciousness easier and more automatic. Fully realized magic users, however, require no external stimuli to aid in their work, though they may still enjoy them.
Outer courts. Many temples have both inner and outer court. In such temples, the inner court is made up of the actual clergy of the temple, while the members of the outer court are free to attend temple ceremonies, but are not expected to train for the clergy.
Sadhu. A sadhu is a kind of holy person in certain sects of the Hindu and Jain religions, one who pursues a life of meditation and spirituality. Often, sadhus wear little or no clothing, which symbolizes that they are dealing with the inner essence rather than the outer form. A famous example of such a holy person is Mahatma Gandhi, who adopted a loincloth as his principal item of dress. In the Jain religion, founded by Mahavira, holy people go completely naked, eschewing even a loincloth, after Mahavira's own practice. It is Mahavira who coined the term sky-clad.
Shadow. Shadow is a term we use to describe feelings that we do not normally think of, but that function as limitations in our lives. The shadow is made up of all the fears, anxieties, and insecurities we carry around with us.
Toga. The Roman Empire dominated ancient Europe during the Age of Aries, collapsing just before the advent of the Piscean Age. Beginning as a republic, Rome gradually slid into despotism over the course of centuries. A garment that could be worn only by Roman citizens, the elite of the empire, the toga was a length of white cloth worn wrapped around the body and fastened over the left shoulder. The toga took different forms in different periods, beginning as a relatively simple cloak and ending as a version of the stole, a long, thin piece of fabric wrapped around the body or worn hanging over the shoulders. Torque. In Celtic religion, the torque, a circular metal necklace, was a symbol of initiation and the divine mysteries. The torque's circular shape reflects the cyclical nature of reality and the ancient concept of Ouroboros, the snake swallowing its own tail, representing the idea that all things ultimately return to their source. Sacred to Cernunnos Seculus Dagda, the Celtic lord of the dead and the spirit realms, the torque not only was worn as a symbol of initiation, but was also used as a symbol of all things magical and spiritual. It was frequently hung up in the house to confer protection, in which use it was later replaced by the horseshoe. Suppressed first by the Romans and then by the Christians, the torque survives today in many altered forms, not the least of which the stole, a narrow band of cloth worn about the neck as a symbol of the priesthood.